I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.
Biddly, 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 bo. Yes, yes, yo. Here we go. There ain't nobody down round here. You know what time it is, bro. Get that badger. In and on and over here. We had to move back to get his greatness in. Right, then. What is the best way to explain what the hell just went on there? JT straight in with the get him out before it's too late. Wow, Rich Gillingham. Saw the team sheet and was relatively happy. This happens all the time, though, doesn't it, in the cup, to be honest, where we do this and then, we go out some shit, don't we? It's not unusual. Leon Kirk not happy. Legendary MVG didn't enjoy it. AO says a bit dismal performance against the Blunts. Embarrassing. I was relatively happy with the starting lineup. I thought we were in a good place. Not strength in depth wise, but get to have a look at a few players. I thought Metcher's a proper handful up top. I thought Harrison were decent driving ball forward. I thought Okafor were good. And then we just went into, Okafor started pissing around a bit too much for my liking in second half, but we sort of went into just that bog standard. We didn't keep, I wanted us to sort of try and do his best to bring some sort of a Premier League intensity to the cup game, and try and actually play at the level that we will be playing at in the weekends to come, which we didn't really do. To go at, I don't know where to start. The first, as I say, they're bringing nothing more to Sheffield Wednesday initially, and then obviously, Darlow just throws it in his own net. And I actually made a few jokes at the start of the game saying Darlow's already looking better than Perry, which I think he probably still is. But Darlow's the Melier 2.0, says Leon Kirk. Embarrassing, says Nige D. Martin Bazant says things feel like they're unraveling. We're not there yet with it. I appreciate what you're saying, Martin. Truly, I do. And I know you'll probably there'll be plenty of weapons floating around elsewhere. It's frustrating. Hit them lights, JT. That's where we can get it from. If you guys think this is embarrassing, you've lived a sheltered life. Unbelievable, Jeff. Not good enough, Pete Booth. Perry starts next match. If my man Mez ain't. The Darlow goal's wild, innit? I actually think the first save's really poor in the first place. I think he sort of just fannies at it and just sort of pushes it to the side. And then the second motion or whatever they call it, the second incident straight after is absolutely terrible. I thought Bogle, when he came on, was a superb. I got a bit of a goal reaction out of him. His footwork and stuff's so good. But we have just been beat by a lot of kids, haven't we? They're in absolute turmoil. And that doesn't really matter, does it? In all fairness, just having a look at Sunderland here. Sunderland have also gone out, so they're proving also that windows are for looking through. Calvert-Lewin, the first chance is a sitter, in my opinion, regardless whether it's a difficult chance to take on. I think it's a sitter. The second one, I think is unfair to be too harsh on him with the second one because the ball just comes flying across and he's sort of slid in and the keeper's already there. And then the third one's just a bit of a mess. But how he didn't get a goal is beyond me. And then I genuinely do believe this with things. For some reason, it heightens the tense. And when they start, I actually said if Peru, I can't remember exactly what I said during the penalty shootout, but I thought if Peru doesn't score this, he's going to have a shit season. And then I couldn't help but think the same for Calvert-Lewin, and Calvert-Lewin's was the worst pen I've seen in quite a while. And there was a few jokes floating around in the live watch along chat saying, "Channel, you're in the Fernandez," and I think Calvert-Lewin didn't he, by sponging it over at bar in such a fashion. The issue is the dickheads online. Even though I get called the dickhead, but I'm happy to be the dickhead. I'm the opposing dickhead. The dickheads online are going to chop up Calvert-Lewin's reel there, aren't they, including the pen, and that is going to go viral. Of that, there's no doubt. And then Longstaff missed, and I kind of feel the same for Longstaff. I just think, shit, man. That's what I think Martin Bazant's saying there as well. With they feel like things are unraveling a bit. It leaves like a bad taste in your mouth, don't it? And you think, oh, like there's a lot going on here. Like, you know, for Peru to miss when he's been a good goal scorer last year and he's good on pens, isn't he? Let's have it right. For Calvert-Lewin to so badly blaze it over the bar, I mean, his run-up were a bit mental anyway. You know, I don't like the stop-start run-up that Peru tries to do. And then, but, you know, so I suppose the sort of flip reverse of that's Calvert-Lewin's. And I preferred Peru's pen to Calvert-Lewin's, let's put it that way. Were they actually, JT? Is that genuinely right or what? The DCL pen was unforgivably bad, wasn't it? It were something needs to change. We play so not like a team. I don't like the fucking hell. I've just seen that pen again. I don't like it when we change stuff so dramatically. Like, you know, we've played a different formation. I just think just play the 4-3-3 formation and let's have done with it. Get 3 midfielders in there, do Longstaff stack and or not, you know, put Aronson in centre and get Nonto out wide. If you're needing to rest them, like, you know, I know Ramazan has obviously been thrown out now, but, you know, just get somebody in, anybody, get Harry Gray on and put Metcher out wide, right? We don't, you know, I'm not on the round square pegs in round hole jobby, but, you know, it's just like, I don't like the many changes, even though the squad looks good. We do it all the time in the cup, and then when it goes tits up, you go, well, that wasn't nice for it. Like Harrison at left back, I actually think he's decent at left back. You know, he's solid and he was driving forward. I thought him and Okafor were the only good things out the first half, to be honest. And I'll get loads of pellets for that because nobody likes Harrison anymore. And Aronson works hard, but, you know, we have made the step up now, so it is a little bit, you know, I'm on board with. I don't know. There's like we need to be a little bit more intricate rather than, you know. I defended us last year when we're going sideways and backwards and stuff, and I said we're not playing with enough tempo, but it's hard to do when the other teams aren't doing it. And when we turn up against teams like Everton, obviously Arsenal battered us, Newcastle are going to be really difficult at weekend. When we play Fulham, they're going to want to play, so we're going to have to go at a certain intensity. And really, that should have been like a practice game where you really get some minutes put in proper. I did think Metcher were good. I think Metcher's the better option than Peru, particularly for where we're at. Calvert-Lewin, if he gets his boots on properly, you know, will be a decent option up top. I don't like the 10. I don't think we should play with the 10. I think we should go 4-3-3. I've done with it. Get Metcher on up top, Nonto out wide. Okafor, we'll have to see what he's like at the top level. But, you know, do you do it against Newcastle? Do you just want somebody that can actually cause a bit of a risk? He will fuck up. He will lose the ball at times, won't he, to be fair? But is that worth it? You know, for is it on the Rutter height where he's going to be a little bit frustrating? Because he did, in the second half for me, piss around on the ball quite a bit. We're not in a good place. I've just seen an injury. He had an excuse with injuries, yeah, but you could still play 3 in there, couldn't you, against Sheff Wednesday, who are a really poor side in Championship. You can still put Aronson in there, can't you, and have the holder. Get Gruev to hold and have Longstaff and Aronson playing further forward. You can still do that for me. I think Aronson, I mean, I'd argue Aronson's better in that position in the 8. It just sort of gets about a bit. Smash the likes for his cheers, arse ripper. Get them likes in and on and over here. there's no need for us to mess about, is there, Rich Walker? That's literally what I'm saying. It's just like you're just pissing around with you know, you've as much as I want to actually have a cup run, which we're never going to have because we can't get through the first round ever. You've got to get the ball rolling in the league, haven't you? And we've got to keep moving and just be like, no, this is the way we're playing. If this is the way we're going to play, let's do it every game. Because really, you know, we don't have to change the way we play for Sheff Wednesday, do we? I mean, they've just beat us. And had it not been, you know, to be honest, a bit of Bogle and Nonto magics, it was. We weren't really creating much. Thought Harrison were doing his best to whip a few balls and then, you know, DCL to get on end of summit. But I don't know. It's not a nice day. It's not a good day. We're used to getting beat in Cup, though. Let's have it right. I don't think it'll have too much of an effect on us going forward. My main thing is the individuals that have messed up there. So, I mean, I think Longstaff's got a big enough personality and I love him, so I'm going to stick with him to get over the pen miss. I think it'll be pretty big on Peru. Peru's had plenty of minutes. Longstaff haven't played. I think Calvert-Lewin can get over it. You know, he'll just come back and, you know, again, he hasn't had any minutes and that'll sort of play on their minds. Whereas with Peru, it's like, this ain't going well now, is it? He's had 2 full games and not really had a whiff of it, has he? Not really had a chance. And we've always said about Peru Parisley, to be fair, if he gets a chance, he gets a goal. You know, he's good in front of goal, but he's not getting the chances. So do you just go with Mecha? It's interesting that he brought Mecha off because on the watch along, a lot of people calling for Mecha to come off. Sorry, for Peru Parisley to come off and to leave Mecha on, but I don't know whether that is going into the weekend. I think it's possible that he just don't want to overload Mecha's legs and put too many minutes in him right now because it's been a long time coming since he's had any ball. Sorry, any minutes, any game time really. So BMG says Bernal looked okay, and actually so did Harrison. I thought Harrison and Okafor were only good things from first half, really. Just keep showing that Longstaff penalty like it's the worst at 3. BMG says, in my opinion, Aronson, Peru, and Okafor offered next to nothing. I thought Okafor were quite good, to be honest. I thought he were quite interesting. And I thought he pissed around the ball a little bit in the second half, but I thought he were decent. Bogle and Nonto looked world class in comparison. The Mecha looked decent. We were definitely better down the right hand side when Bogle and Nonto came on. There's no doubt about that. And to be fair, when James came on, we were better down right hand side. We didn't have Aronson. He's not the one out wide, is he? I think he can play in the 3, which is what I'm saying. I'm not saying if anybody just tuned in now, I don't want Aronson in the 3 in the Premier League. But I think in a game like that, we could have easily got away with it. Oh, shout out to Steve Morrison. Thank you, dude, for the super chat. Absolute ledge. Might be an overreaction, but this feels like the earliest I've started to doubt new recruitments. Did we make a big mistake with Underwood? I've just spoke briefly about the signings. It's just I don't think I actually think that the signings we've brought in are decent. So the problem is the start we've got off to, isn't it? You know, and Longstaff haven't really played many minutes. He's just missed a pen. I know I keep banging on about that pen, but that is not good. I think he can get over it. Calvert-Lewin blazed it over at Bar. Peru's an unknown, isn't he, into Premier League. It's just stuff like that. It's just that when it's not been your day on a few occasions, it does start to get panicky. I'm just going to write your name down, Steve, so you get your shout out in your next vid. Steve Morrison. Shout out to Steve Morrison for now, and then in the next shit vid as well. There's like a bit of a frustrating thing as well where you're going into. I mean, I thought we turned up to some extent. I don't want everybody to be too over the top with me, thinking that I'm just trying to see positive in it. But like, what, you know, it was one of them days, wasn't it? You could have sort of seen it coming a mile off beforehand. You know, people don't want the cup run, and then when we get knocked out, people come in and then they're first on bandwagon to get rid of everybody and say how shit everybody is, and you know that Farker's got it wrong, and you know, and it's like, well, you're only saying that because it sort of suits the Farker out brigade, doesn't it? But I mean, Okafor just showing highlights. He did get at him a few times. Metch had a half decent chance. Aronson rushes that chance there. Metch is an handful. It was just going to be their day, wasn't it? And when it gets to pens, you just know that I don't know, extremely frustrating. Sell DCL might be a bit pointless that at this point. Farker will shuffle a side together eventually, but that was hard tonight. It wasn't great watching, were it? Wasn't great viewing. I mean, but we did have plenty of chances to kill the game, didn't we, at the end? You know, DCL had a few big chances. Just showing that Okafor chance there. That was a big chance. Keeper made a couple of decent saves. Just showing all chances. Now, this one with DCL, where that's not too bad, that one. Keeper just comes out well. You can't really do much about that, can't DCL. But the one thing I will say about him is he was a threat as well. And, you know, when we were whipping ball in, he was about, you know, and he's in between sticks, isn't he? He added something different. Granted, he just couldn't put the fucking thing in. I mean, keeper does get hand on that before he gets anywhere near it as well. So, I don't know. Hello, love. That'll be 5 minutes, love. They are okay, but I expected Beal tonight and say he's a different class. Yeah, I didn't. I thought he looked a bit cumbersome, to be honest, Beal, which is a real panic. At times I thought, you know, that's what you sort of want when the new boys are in there as well. But that's why I don't like the loads of changes. Because when it's not a gelled side, when they've not been playing together a lot, and then you throw in a few of them, you're asking a lot more of them, aren't you? But my name's actually Curtis. My account is the Steve, right, understood, dude. Kurt, do you just want Curtis shouting out, or I'll just shout you both out, man? Curtis, the Steve Morrison, I'll say. But thank you for the super chat, Curtis. I appreciate you, man. I hate to say it, but we really want to move on Peru as well as Aronson now. I can't see them contributing. If we can get a top winger and a decent Angry Mad Gav, we'd be a lot better. Yeah, I don't think Aronson's going to really feature. It's just, you know, I don't know. I mean, that's the Darlow one go. I think he's really poor for the first one, never mind second one. Because, you know, that when they say when you get beat at front post, that is a madness to me. That what is he doing there? Joey11 said, Daniel Farker said before Arsenal game, we won't park the bus. Arsenal 5-0. Stop making excuses. Living in denial. Get the guy out, lads. Mark Bradley, just gutless. Had a chance for a few of them to claim a place in Prem games. Central defenders worry me. No leaders out there. Yeah, it wasn't good, Mark. It wasn't good. I don't really know what. I don't know what else to say about it. BMG, bad as it was, Bogle and Nonto showed how big a difference a couple of better players can make. Definitely, man. They came on and lit it up, didn't they? You know, Bogle's footwork on ball, man. When he's breaking forward and stuff, is excellent. That first Darlow save's shite. It was a tough day at the office. That's very rounded of you, that, Andy. Very rounded. Oh yes, Mingy, my man. Watched on the box, listening to Jack. Well, that was sour and scary. Thank you for the super chat, Mingy. The boy, I appreciate you. Shout out to Curtis, the Steve Morrison himself, and Ming59, the boy. I appreciate you, man. It's a shite cup anyway. I need to do better in FA Cup, says Arse Ripper. I'd take any cup run, Arse Ripper. That's a problem. But if you can't get past the Sheffield Wednesday side, who was so bad with a lot of kids, then yeah, no, I don't know what you can get past. And then we showed enough. And to be honest, that's when your quality's there, and it, you know, last 10 minutes, I don't want to be that guy, but they've had the little bit of a run with it, and then Bogle gets his goal, and it's like, go on then, let's go take a few of these chances, because that's what good sides do. And if we're talking about being a championship side, which, you know, some people still argue we are, which I think is a fair argument to be making at the moment. Look, I've got fucking devil horns. I'm going to get rid of that. It's a fair argument to make if you want to say we're a championship side. That's what we would have done in the championship, wouldn't we? And we'd have taken them other chances. So then you get your 3 points. I know it's a cup game. I don't want anybody to tell me that, you know, this fella that you get 3 points, fuck silly bastard. Yes, Mingy. Mark, true, had a fair few chances. Keeper's night tonight. Yeah, frustrating. That starting lineup should not be struggling against them. I agree, Gary. I agree. Sunderland also got knocked out to Huddersfield. So, and remember, the only people we're in competition with is Sunderland this year. So, David Oliver, Hey up, lad. Watch the game. Leeds second string or half and half dominated 75-25. Rusty in front of goal. Confidence issues. Also, it's the confidence issues that worry me a bit, David. That's what I'm saying with the when pens start getting missed and that, and when you think DCL's got a couple of chances and missed, can he get over it? And then he blazes it over. He didn't even strike it with his laces and put it over. It was inside of his foot, and he just got so much purchase on it. Crazy. Arse Ripper, maybe the new signings have been bigged up too much and don't look that great. This is the case. This is always what happens, Arse Ripper. Yes, Mingy. David Oliver says we need to get rid of the non-Premier League deadwood. I don't think the deadwood makes a difference. I think the starting lineup is all that matters, and I think having a bit of deadwood around place, I really don't think does all. I'd be surprised, Rich, if we bring anybody else in. They're talking about Solomon, which people are really having a go at. And truth be told, if there's nothing else coming in, you have to take Solomon at this point, don't we? I mean, we're running out of time. What is it, 6 days left? Who else are they going to bring in? I know they're saying everybody's down left-hand side and stuff, but we're going to need James more than you'd imagine when we're up against it. It would, I know we were shit against Arsenal, but James was the only one that had a few opportunities to actually get at the left back. So there'll be time for Nonto on left. There'll be time for Okafor on left. There'll be time for Solomon. So I don't know. Maybe one of them can play on right. Maybe Nonto can play on right. He was good tonight with Bogle, wasn't he? So, but the one thing is, whoever plays with Bogle can do a bit of both. Bogle can charge forward, bomb forward, or he can get on. With James setting off, he can charge forward, or he can play that intricate little bit of football that him and Nonto tend to do. So. FA Cup's best cup there is, says Arse Ripper. Steve Morrison, who's also called Curtis, said, did Biol also look poor when he came on against Milan? I can't even remember. I can't even remember that, Steve, to be honest. I'll have to go back through it, watch along. Take it easy, Leon. Thank you, dude. You might have gone by now, but take it easy, man. Appreciate you, brother. Cheers for tuning in. BMG says, Pens didn't really bother me. The team performance and that of certain individual worries me. Aronson is taking up a spot in the squad now. Yeah, but we're not going to replace him, are we? The only thing I would say, and I've been taking piss out of Ramazani all week on Twitter just for laugh, just to wind out goons up, but he's got to offer more, and even if he's a bit of a dickhead. It's like, I don't know. Sour and scary. Mark Bradley, can't dwell on it. Move on tomorrow. More important games to think about. I don't think they'll ponder too much on it, really. It's just, it's got to be one of them that you get over. It's just, I think it's obviously the thumping that we've had as well, and it's like, right, this is good. Tuesday night, get that out way, win 4-0 or 2-0 just comfortably where they haven't had a chance. And then, you go out on pens, don't you? It's just a bit like, well, we're probably going to go out anyway against Wednesday, won't we? But the fashion in which we went out could have been better, couldn't it? It could have not been Darlow throwing it in his own net and missing all 3 pens. It could have got to 4-5 on pens. We missed last pen or whatever. That would have been, and you just go, well, one of them, but for everybody to miss. I mean, I actually said as well, and, I says, I just want them to miss third one now, just get on with it, just miss them all. And then when it was long stuff, I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. BMG, Aronson's free kick that hit the first man in the chest in the first half summed him up. Take it easy, Jordan. See you Thursday for sure, brother. Some beers on the way. Hopefully these last 2 results don't dent the confidence. Agree, BMG. Sour and shit, says AO, which is probably a better description of it, so to be fair. I put dour and crazy. David Oliver, we need to be balanced with our thinking and comments. We're not shite, actually. We're building. Give them a chance. More signings coming. Get rid of Aronson, Peru, James. Not James. James stays, but I don't think we need to get rid of anybody at this point. I just think they need to just be put to the down, considerably down the pecking order. Possession was 80%. Is that right, BMG? Jameson says, don't sell Meslier. The defence concentrate more when he's between the sticks. It's maybe a good shout, Jameson, to be honest. Leeds lost the Arsenal game before they stepped on the piss. Psychology. We can't rely on our dead wood. We're not going to need to. That's what I'm saying. FA Cup, we've got to take it seriously. It's entertainment. It's what we want. Interesting take. Let's listen to what Farker's got to say. Congratulations, Sheffield Wednesday. He's not going to say out. He did put a shift in, David. Yeah, he did. I know Arse Ripper, but I just think we've got to take some time in. More than 80% possession, he's saying here. Well, they went 1-0 up Farker because fucking Darlow threw it in there. No, he's not saying that. Nunto was good when he came on, yeah, he certainly was. I'd be surprised if we don't sign 1 or 2 on deadline day, says Curtis. Yeah. This game was to cement your first team place. Well done to Bogle. We know we need another 10. We should be further along than sideways. Sausage ball. Sausage ball. That's what I mean, David. That's why I don't like the 7 changes or something. Exactly that, Martin Bazan. They're asking if he has to look past the statistics. Richard. Well, even though I think Perry's shit, but having seen Darlow there, probably stick with Perry. Bogle right back. Goodmanson left back. I'd stick with Struick and Rodon at the moment. Then I'd go 3 across middle. It's going to have to be Gruev, Holding, Longstaff, and Stack. And then I don't know. I'd have to have a look really. The left wing, whoever you want. I'm half tempted to just go with that Okafor just because he looked like he had a bit of quality. And then I would go on Nemecha up top just because I think he's more of a handful. And then I'd stick with D. James out wide right. And I know nobody likes that, but I just think when we're up against it, Dan James can get at teams a little bit and Bogle gets forward. And then you've got Nonto off at bench. Harrison off at bench. Depending on how game's going, you might need him. Yeah. That's true, David Oliver. It's going to be extremely difficult on Saturday. I think he's on about Calvert-Lewin. 3 chances, he said. It was good movement. Take it easy, Rich Walker. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. BMG, bad as this week has been, we will lose a lot this season and only need about 9 wins to stay up. Yeah, it's just, as I say, I want to get them done early doors and look half decent. The wheels on the bus go round and round. David Oliver says, James doesn't do it in the Premier League. Okay, keep them then, but don't expect great performances. I think James does do it in Premier League. I just think on break, there'll be games for him. He's not going to get 15 goals, but if he gets 5, there's going to be games for him. Farker has wanted a 10 for 2 years. He's not playing with 10s anymore though, and everybody's still going on about Gus Hamer. So 80%'s wild in it. That. Are you on the opposite of a wind up here? Yeah, he does. He never says out. To be fair. 80% and not much, says Ming. Fucking hell. Perry is trembling for some reason. Darlow had a moment. Keep Darlow in for now. I don't think that's a bad shout, David, to be fair, because I think he folded over like an omelette, didn't it, other day. Drinks and drives. Yes, brother, what's good? Hello, mate. Just tuning in. That was poor, but the whole fan base is going into turmoil. It ain't that bad. They got a lucky shit goal and had 11 at the back. Thank God we're out of the cup. I wanted the cup run. Drinks and drives, I always do. I can't help myself. I want to win something. I don't want to just end up getting relegated in 2 years and then just be shit again and not try and win. I'd rather try and win something. But I take your point. And I think the Twitter will be going absolutely batshit crazy, won't it, right now? But we're just going to have to just ride it out. The problem is, we're going into a massively tough game. I think one of the hardest games of the season against Newcastle, just because they're so competitive. It's not like, even like your Man Cities and that, you can get away with beating them somehow, some way. Even Arsenal, I know we got thumped, but there's an element of like big team syndrome where you just think it could be all day today. But with teams like Newcastle, I just think they turn up they've just got so many different ways to win. So, yeah. Nonto, James and Nemecha for me, fair enough, is that. I know, David, to be fair, yeah. Tonali, Joelinton, no Gordon. Remains to be seen if Isaac's coming back. Yeah. Hey up, Richard. What's good, brother? DLC would be a great centre back. He's got that clearance down, hasn't he? Yeah, I reckon they'll have. I reckon Isaac will come back. Just to haunt us. Farker talking same old guff. I don't mind it though, FV. I don't really know what he's meant to say. I mean, he's meant to come out and go, yeah, I'm actually a bit panicked with shit. BMG says, I don't understand the doubts about Perry. He didn't do anything glaringly wrong versus Arsenal. He's certainly not the reason we lost. But when this happened to Mez, though, BMG, nobody had this level of sympathy towards him. The goals, the Saka goal, I think he's dog shit for. The one where he just throws his arm up, I think he's really poor in that. The Gokeres idiot mask man, I think he's bad for that. It takes him about two days to react to that. I'm not saying Mez is the answer, by the way, David Oliver. That's for certain. Drinks and drives. We're going to lose on the weekend, let's be real. But the next 3 games after Newcastle, we need six out of possible 9. If not, might not be able to defend Leeds and Farker anymore. Yeah, that's what I mean. I was saying earlier, drinks and drives, just for the sake of it, you win one, you lose one, you win one, you lose one. And no matter what order we do that in, as long as within, 3 games we've won one. So you win one, lose one, win one. It'll always look all right. What I don't want to do is go on. Well, obviously, I don't want to go on a run of 5-6 games. But when you haven't picked up a point for a month, say, and there's been 4 games, and it's like we haven't picked up a point, that's when I'll really start to panic, really. So, drinks and drives, I'm with you, mate. The Gimp mask goal and the Saka one was Perry was bad. Yeah, the Saka one is just like, it's all for show, that for me. Just how he throws his arm up at it. It's just like, he's done it just for camera, just to say like, whoa, he's fired that in, hasn't he? It's like he's just devoid of any like responsibility with it. He's a massive guy. Just make yourself a bit bigger, I'm telling you, in 5 to 7 years' time, we are going to be Premier League champions, and in 2 years, we'll see it's going to happen. Love it, I love it from you, lad. SSTA up the losers. What a night. What a fucking night. Sack race is on. It's concerning. But, I just wish we weren't playing Newcastle at weekend. It's just, But, yeah, in summary, shit does. If you don't know by now, then you never knew. No wonder how he does it. It's the Leeds way to go out on pens with 3 stinking pens. Domino looked a bit off the pace, but I'm sure time thinks will settle for everyone, give it a bit more time. Yeah, he's in right spots, isn't he? And he's a big goof, isn't he? And he's missed a big chance, and it's the night's very different, isn't it? The night's very positive if he puts that in the bottom corner, but he didn't. So we're here now, and we're out at Cup, which everybody wanted us to be anyway. I'll just stay off Twitter for half an hour, then go from there. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the watch along. Shout out to Curtis, also known as the Steve Morrison, for the super chat. I appreciate you, brother. And shout out to Ming for the super chat. Also got a few shout outs to do from the live watch along, which is Pete Booth. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you. Mark Newell. Shout out to Tim Flowers, Ming, JT, CH, Enar, the righteous one. And we'll go again with Ming and Steve Morrison. So take it easy, everybody. I'll do a shit vid tomorrow. Thank you, Drinks and Drives. Cheers for tuning in, dude. Cheers, David. Take it easy, baby Bremner. Appreciate every which one of you, as you well know, but I do mean it. If you could smash a like for us, guys, it really helps. Only got 38 likes. So if we could get some likes up in this bitch, it'd be much appreciated. Cheers, Arse Ripper. Like this vid. I'll see you all tomorrow for a shit one. Take it easy, everybody. Peace. Take it easy, AO. Thank you, dude. Cheers, Andrew Thompson. Take care. Wouldn't worry about it, David. That's a perfect end. Don't worry about it, boys. Peace out.
I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna play no games. No, I don't wanna hear your promises. You do you and I'll do me. That's just the way it is.
Boom.